figure it out. I'll figure it out.
But yeah, what you got to talk about? You came in with some fire.
No, we gotta. It's been a few days, so I think now we can like really,
Digest.
dissect everything. It's been a few days, so
Yeah.
we just gonna start with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. I'm going to let you speak first.
Okay. So
This is my. Let me ask questions. What is your thought on the overall fight?
the overall fight.
Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. I think it highlighted some flaws that Devin Haney has shown even in previous fights and whatnot. But I think it's different though watching those two fight. Obviously, I had Haney winning over Garcia, especially with the antics, and he definitely had us falling into the antics, whether they were legit or not. My thoughts is that those two guys have fought so many times over their careers or whatnot, just the fact of being an amateurs to where they are now. I humbly believe that it was more so Ryan got him this time. But I think if it was a fight again, I think Devin can bounce back. But
yeah, with the right adjustments. Yeah,
with the right adjustments. But then here's the other caveat to that. Is it the adjustments of I need to listen more to my pops as my trainer, or do I need to go ahead and get me an actual trainer? Certain adjustments could have been made in that fight. Like I understand you guys, what they said was we trained all day for the left hook. It didn't look like you trained at all for the left hook based off what was going on. So I think he definitely needs to consider the option of having another trainer out there. Because even though those other those 4 fights in the amateurs, I mean, he's technically part of Mayweather's stuff, So you're getting trained by Mayweather and his team. You're getting trained by. I think he went to go train with what you call Roy Jones Jr. one time. So you get what I'm saying? So you're getting all these training from actual boxers while your father, yes, he might be solid at what he's been able to do so far, but once you get up to these better fighters, they're getting trained by the best. And Oscar De La Hoya's team is training, or his team and whoever else they have is training Garcia. So
that's Oscar, he's just a promotion. He getting trained by was it Derek James? Derek James? That's his name.
Yeah, but Derek James is a true trainer.
This is what I want to say. All right, so let's really talk about this fight. Now, I watched the whole fight. Ryan came out how everyone assumed he comes out. Oh, he gonna come out swinging, and that's exactly what he did. He caught Devin early, woke him up. Because usually people think like, oh, since everybody knows what Ryan does, they probably would think he's gonna relax. No, I'm coming out how I come out. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Now, whether you can handle it or not, Ryan clearly won the first round.
He tried to get him out early.
Yeah, he did, and he could have.
Yeah.
He could have, right? So after that, go back to your corner. You regroup. He felt that power from that punch, and it's okay. My issue from 2 to 6, Ryan kind of took off. Like he kind of took a break, a step back, and Devin Haney was doing what he do. Work the jab. Few combos here and there, but he does the same thing that I always see. He does, and everybody been talking about. He jabs and he ducks. It's like the stupidest shit I have ever seen. Like, and mind you, I am not a boxer. I actually like that. I thought it was a 50-50 fight the whole time. I thought anyone could have won, but I did want Devin Haney to win just because I like how his career has been going, and I kind of want him to keep that path going. Fighting those top fights and shit like that. But he kept doing that jab and duck, and he always ducked to that one side. And most boxers, they're going to see what you're doing eventually. And every time he did that, he got hit. So I think what happened on that 7th round when he got dropped, 2 through 6, he was controlling the fight by his standards and by what he think. I think like he said, he got caught sleeping. He probably thought he was going to continue to be able to do what he's doing. He's playing real close and he wasn't really working the jab. I felt like he should have kept like some type of distance. But I think like since with their history and whatever they got going on behind the scenes, I think he really did want to fight him. It's kind of like what they said about Lamar Jackson when he played the Chiefs in the conference championship. He tried to play the game that they said he can't play instead of playing his game. That's what I think happened with Devin. That's what, I think he should just, how when he first hit you, you was already out of it. So you should have been more alert. Like he said, he fell asleep. Like the 3 pounds don't mean nothing. I'm not giving him that. I'm not giving that because I'm pretty sure y'all both rehydrated. So Ryan said he came in at 160. I'm pretty sure that Devin probably came in, if he wasn't 160, he's somewhere in the 150s.
Yeah, because he did look a little smaller than Ryan
He
coming into.
looks significantly smaller.
Yeah,
I'm watching. I'm like, yo, he don't look significantly smaller for some reason. Like I
yeah,
know
but
they're
like
an inch in height. It's a difference.
inch height, but in size wise, the last fight that Devin fought in,
He looked way bigger than Regis.
he looked way bigger than Regis, but also he looked bigger then than he did against Ryan. So I don't know what type of rehydration he did this time, but he looked small, and I
Some
was like, dog,
some people
this
were
is
saying that he for some reason this time around. This is all speculative. I don't have
yeah.
any facts, but the people that I've been watching and things I've been reading, they said that he had a harder time getting to 140 this time for some reason. Now, when he made 140 for Regis, they said it was easy. So I'm assuming after that Regis fight, he probably gained a lot of weight. And it probably was just hard. It probably took a little more for him to, get down to
to lose all, yeah,
140. That's what I think. I don't really know, but that's what it looked like. I didn't believe any Ryan antics. I thought he was just trying to sell the fight, just be crazy. You
yeah.
know, like
What he
we all
do?
know Ryan. I mean, and Tate said something so true. He said, "I made people think Ryan's a pushover." I'm paraphrasing, but that's literally what he said. Like in some type of sense, he was like, "The way I made it look, y'all just thought he was just a pushover, and he's not." Like,
But that's what makes you a great fighter. Because even when we watch Floyd fight, a lot of people thought the same thing. Oh, he's making these guys look like pushovers. Like when he fought Canelo, people think, oh, okay, Canelo's a good fighter, but Floyd made him look easy. And everybody else who gets in the ring with Canelo, obviously the guys who's a lot bigger have a better opportunity against him. But in Canelo's traditional real weight class, like the class he would fight in, the Floyd weight class, which is where he's naturally supposed to be at, it's hard to beat a guy like that. Not only that he's fast, he has defensive prowess, and I think depending on who you are as a fighter, you can make great fighters look amateurs, and that's exactly what we saw Crawford do to Spence, and it's the same thing we just saw Ryan do to Garcia, not Garcia, but Gervonta do to Garcia. I just feel like because it's a little, to me, it goes back to that respect factor thing as well. I think Devin gave him a lot of respect. I know,
really?
even in negotiations, like you would have thought Devin would have said, okay, in negotiation, yo, I'm the A side X, Y, and Z. Even in negotiations, his demeanor wasn't like I'm a knock this guy out. Obviously trying to sell the fighter X, Y, and Z, but his demeanor even in brief basic conversations wasn't like I'm trying to knock this guy out. It's kind of like me and Ryan going to have a good match because like we have fought each other. So I'm not like I'm just trying to see am I superior than Ryan now compared to the last time we fought when we were 2-2 tied up.
3-3.
I'm trying to see 3-3. I'm trying to see how close are we still? Is there a distance? Do I still have to catch up? Like, how am I in this? Because he said Ryan's the only person to beat him more than once, even in sparring or whatnot. In sparring, amateurs, anything. He's the only one who's been able to get him more than one time. So I think this was more of a measuring stick. He definitely was trying to do the Lamar Jackson thing, which is let me fight the fight they think I can't fight.
Yeah, because there was times where he was like kind of like I mean, granted, you should try to get your get back. You should try to put some pop, but like I just felt like some of the opportunities was kind of forced. Sometimes, and that's why it kind of looked sloppy. Also, like honestly, it was like somebody was commenting to like a picture, and I thought I was the only one who thought that. Like, first of all, bro, you're not about to box in essentials. Like, I have an essential sweater, like hoodie, like them shits is heavy. The shoes didn't even look like you're supposed to be wearing those. Like,
yeah,
it wasn't
like
tight to like leg. I don't know what you got going on, but that's neither here or there. Honestly, but I do think if they were ever to run it back, I do think Haney can beat him. I do think that. I'm not saying that Ryan can also beat him as well because he has the power and the speed. But my only question is for both of them, like, well, mainly for Haney. Also, before I get to that, I don't like what Haney said because he finally posted today. I don't like what he said. It was Allah is a perfect planner. That's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
But in the midst of his, paragraph, he said, I do think the weight made a difference. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You just lost because unfortunately, you were not able to take the hits he was dishing out. That's really, if he never fell, like, let's say he just, like when Lomachenko was hitting him, he never fell. He was good. Yeah. If he would have just never fell, he just rocked out, he would have won off points, most likely. Mm-hmm. Probably. Depending on how they want to do it. Most likely he probably would, but them shits hurt.
Ryan did a good job of not only hitting him but keeping his distance when he needed to,
Mm.
and coming back in when he needed to. I mean, they're both very linky in individuals. So when they're fighting, their arms are very long. So instead of, once he hit Devin, he didn't allow Devin to clinch him at all. It's kind of like, yo, I ain't holding you up. So
Nah,
I'm gonna
he
hit
didn't. No, he
you.
was throwing combos.
Yeah,
Like he was throwing like he threw one. 3 more punches came after that. One of these 4 is going to hit you.
yeah.
So Ryan, I mean not Ryan. Devin's, he's usually like, jab, keep distance, jab, jab. But I felt like he kind of worked against himself.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like I said, I think he could bounce back, and I really do want to know how he bounced back because there's no tune-up fights for him. He's still the champion, so you still have to fight your mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if I would want to, fight someone less tier just for a tune-up for my belt with the chance of them beating me. I'd rather just fight the next person, go back to the drawing board, heal up, figure out what we need to do. Honestly, I am with you. Like maybe hire just a trainer to help, assist my fight, like someone who can assist, like give me what they see. Like maybe even somebody who boxed before, anyone, or who just been training for a long time.
Floyd spoke on it today. Actually, I mean, obviously, like 2 conversations. Bill Haney had his little spat with Floyd earlier today as well, but Floyd had another conversation with another fight group promoter, not promoter, but social group, and he spoke to him. He said the thing about Devin is, and he spoke the same thing. He's like, he probably needs a trainer, a real deal trainer this time. Like he needs a trainer. He said you need somebody who knows boxing because you're fighting a guy who knows boxing. That's one. Number 2, he said that the way that Haney was jabbing, he's like, you want to work your jab, but you working your jab like this, and you just opening yourself up for
he
a
drops
hit.
his hand.
He kept dropping his hand. He's like, you gotta keep that up the whole time. He's like, that's amateur doing this. Whatever stance you're doing, that's amateur. You can't be doing that, especially in big time fighting. I definitely think it's gonna be interesting to see if he's able to get this loss out of his head. It's not like in the back in the heyday where you can lose 2 or 3 times and you still be considered a pretty good fighter. Nowadays, it's like you lose once and everybody's conversation. You're like, man, you ain't as great as you think you are, right? So he's gonna have to. In my opinion, he needs a tune-up. He needs a tune-up fight, but it has to be worthy. But also, at some point in time, he's going to have to get back in the ring with Garcia. And this time, when he gets back in the ring, he's going to have to put the belts up for real.
I don't think he ever has to fight Garcia again.
Wow.
Only because I don't think they'll ever be in the same weight class. They're going to keep doing catch weight at this point. Because I don't even think Garcia's about to go. I think he said he has to do one. I know he was talking about that. Because he said he can't make 140. So even if he fights someone at 140, it will be at, 143, 145. Because,
but Devin was planning on trying to go up after this fight. And which I was like, nah, I don't think you should be going up there because I think it's danger up there.
I think Devin can. There are people that he can't fight at 147, but I do think, and I hate that we do this one loss thing, but I do think that this one loss, he should be open to the idea of a new trainer, really heal up and really just extend this layoff. I think he should stay active, always work out, continue sparring with your trainer, and then in the fall, fight somebody. I think he should take at least the next 6 months off. Just, he got his ass whooped. Like, what's crazy? He did. I'm sorry. He did. What he did, but he got his ass whooped in spurts. But them spurts really hurt him.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. Like, it's not like Ryan was just whooping him the whole fight. It's just like when he did. Like, say it's 3-man rounds, right? Ryan can have 30 seconds of that round, and it's the highlight of the round.
Yeah.
That's why so it's just like...
It wasn't a Crawford beating. It was just a delayed. Crawford's beating was worse because Crawford beat up Spence that entire fight. It wasn't. There was no lull. There was no break. Every punch he took, every punch he threw, Spence felt every punch.
That's and it was high, man.
No, bro. That was that type of beating. That's a beating they'll put you in jail for.
Yeah, that's definitely assault and battery.
That was assault and battery. Like the ref in that fight should have stopped the fight because it made no sense how hard he was getting hit with a jab, and it looked like he was getting like
he got hit with a bus every time that jab. Like, I was just because every time he was like I'm like,
Oh.
God damn, man. Nah.
Hey, I know his trainer was like, and same trainer. I know he was sitting there like, oh, I'm so sorry that you got to go back out there. But the bell about to ring.